Okay, so hello everyone. You might have noticed that in my last video I was a little bit nervous when I made the first video on my channel. I was a bit nervous, so I probably looked like it on camera. And in this video, what I want to do is talk about how I got started learning languages. And what I'll do is I'll be checking my phone occasionally just to I've made some notes to myself here just so that I don't forget. And I cover all the key points basically. So yeah, like a long time ago in 2009, one of my classmates recommended that I watch Naruto. He was watching Naruto at the time, and he said, "Why don't you try it out? Why don't you try out Naruto?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And I watched Naruto, and later on, I moved on to watching Bleach. And I finished that, and then at the time, that same classmate was watching One Piece, and he said, "Why don't you try watching One Piece? Because there's a fight in every episode." I was like, "Wow, really? That's pretty cool." So I was like, I'll watch that. So I watched that, and at the time, it was basically in 2009 I started watching Naruto, and then I think 2011 and 12 is kind of like when I finished One Piece, and I kind of like branched off to other anime like Amagami SS, which is kind of like a dating, more like dating anime. And then after that, for a couple of so pretty much anime, and I would watch like whenever the series was released, and also every week. And then after that, after a few years in 2017. I kind of like, when I started university, I kind of like, in my holidays, I kind of like started watching, more like classic 50s and 60s, like Yasujiro Ozu or Kurosawa Akira movies. And I found them to be really, really interesting. And so in doing that, I kind of like started watching, kind of like transitioning to like more like watching movies rather than anime. And basically, after watching these movies, I found them on BFI Player, which is like the British Film Institute, which has a lot of like classic and selected like one of the best, some of the best movies in the world that have been basically Academy Award winners, and not only, but a lot of them are, and really good movies, and so from a lot of different countries. And so I watched whatever was available there. Which probably has like 20 or 30 different movies that you can watch. And so after that, I kind of like transitioned to also like using Netflix, and also basically in more recent years, basically watching dubbed, so like American TV shows dubbed, and I find them pretty interesting. So a couple of days ago, I finished watching like Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit trilogy in Japanese, and up until this point, I had not seen it in English either. So I've seen the original series, but I had not seen The Hobbit, and that was pretty interesting. And so, yeah, that's been my immersion strategy, and also my journey for Japanese. Now, when it comes to learning languages in general, I should also mention that I started a lot earlier than that, back in like 2002, I think 2003, when I started taking classes. So I'm from Bulgaria, and we were learning English in school, so I was taking classes in primary school, I guess. And I was learning some English there, but like when I moved to the UK in 2006, like it really like I really realized that I didn't really know much at all. So I was struggling like having a basic conversation with people, and also at school. And so it's been when it comes to English, about 20 years, and I plan to make future videos in English as well. I might do some videos in Bulgarian, but I'm quite what would you say? I'm quite hesitant to do that, because I think, I don't know. I might sound a little strange, because I think the way that I express myself in English is probably better than in Bulgarian, but I'll give it a try, of course. And in Japanese, of course, I'll be posting some videos like practicing speaking. But so as far as like my journey in Japanese, I've got the JLPT test in July, and the first week of July, and I'm looking forward to that. And as I mentioned in the first video, in the introduction video, I have about over 2,000 hours of listening. And so I really, very recently did I start putting basically really like studying Japanese, like hiragana, katakana, and then more recently like grammar patterns, and also like the required kanji for JLPT 5. So kind of gives me a focus on what I should focus on. So yeah, that's as far as I've gotten, and I guess that's my journey when it comes to learning languages. So it's been like quite a few years for Japanese, but I've gotten more like comfortable with the listening, and because initially when I was watching anime series, it wasn't really my intention to learn Japanese, but I was just focusing on watching Naruto or One Piece, like just having fun, just enjoying the shows, and I would watch it subtitled, right? But then in more recent years, I just turned off the subtitles completely. And I came across basically a Matt versus Japan's channel, which I would say that he's got like a really good, solid, basically he gives really good solid advice on learning Japanese, which comes back. A lot of this philosophy is basically AJAT, from a long time ago. Basically AJAT is probably popular in the language learning community, but yeah, so yeah, I kind of pretty much covered a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.